This is the top 5 meta loadouts in Warzone and Rebirth Island. You can actually use all of these in ranked and they're very easy to use. So we're going to start out with the metastatic HV and DTIR. For the static HV, throw on the quartermaster suppressor to keep you off the minimap, help with gun kick control and recoil control. Now you lose some aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed. I don't really think that's a big deal with the recoil control benefits being 10% recoil gun kick, 23% horizontal, and then 10% vertical. Now if you don't have this, you can use the 735 compensated flash hider. And if you don't want to use this, you can use the Spiral V 3.5 flash hider, but don't use the Jack BF. This thing's not really that good. I see a lot of people trying this out, but the bullet velocity goes down 18%, which is not worth it. This is honestly the best choice overall, though, if you have this. Auger 840 light barrel for aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed, movement speed, and hip fire and tack stance spread at the cost of recoil control and gun kick control. We already took care of the recoil in the previous attachment, and now you get more mobility and handling, and actually some more accuracy if you like that. Now, if you don't care too much about the Auger 840, you can put on the Garrett 8 long barrel for the range, 25% across the board, which is actually pretty amazing, but I think that this is more than enough. Jack Slash is my personal preference for movement speed, sprint speed, vertical recoil at the cost of hip fire spread and tack stance spread. But if you like the paracord grip, this is completely fine as well. This actually helps incredibly with sprint to fire speed and ADS movement speed versus this, which helps with tactical sprint speed, crouch movement speed, and all that good stuff. So, I mean, you really have to weigh your pros and cons. Also, you with the paracord grip get horizontal recoil control versus vertical recoil control. So whichever one you want, like I said, completely up to you. Jack Glass's optic, I think, is the best optic for this weapon, but if you want to use the Niter model 2023, which I've used for a long time, you have no cons versus with the Jack Glasses, you lose some ADS speed, but I don't think you notice it that much. So whichever one you want, completely up to you. SPRY 34 light stock for aim walking speed, sprint speed, movement speed, and aim down sight speed at the cost of aiming out of sway, firing, aim stability, and gun kick control. You get an increase in mobility and handling substantially, and you get a slight reduction of recoil control, but you're not going to notice that in the firing range. This thing is an absolute laser that really gets the job done very easily. Even at long range, I'm impressed by how amazing it is. You guys are about to see this. Check this out. So long range, all you have to do is slightly hold down your thumbstick and it gets the job done. So here's the entire class setup for the static HV. Next is the DTIR. Throw on the quartermaster suppressor to keep you off the minimap, help with gun kick control and recoil control. But the special thing about the DTIR is you get an 11% recoil gun kick versus 10% for everything else. I think this is actually pretty impressive. Sanctum 60 long barrel. I've actually started to like this a whole lot more than the Extend 10 long barrel just because even without an optic, this thing is incredible. Like, yes, you get a 20% increase of range for the Extend 10 long barrel, but the recoil control benefits make it so you can use this at even longer ranges with less recoil. Now, I like both, honestly. You've seen videos of me, talking about the Extend 10 long barrel, but I've really started to come across with the Sanctum 60 long barrel. And I'm going to give you guys an alternative where you can wall bang and really go off, especially with this attachment right here. Oreo Eagle's Eye 2.5 times, in my personal preference, but I can't wait to show you guys the iron sight version. Rifleman 200 stock for recoil control, aiming out of sway, and gun kick control at the cost of aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed, and movement speed. 17% across the board for recoil control, which is really unmatched. Finally, 40 round mag for as many bullets as possible. And I tell you, this thing does not move. It is absolutely diabolical how powerful this thing is. But if you are somebody that does not need an optic, I have something even better for you. So we're going to take the optic off, go to ammunition, and what you're going to go to is the mono rounds. So once you put that on, check this out. This is absolutely ridiculous. And the beautiful thing is you can actually even wallbang with this. I don't know if I'll be able to do it in the firing rate. Yeah, so you can actually wallbang with this. Plus with the mono rounds, if you actually check the data on this, the bullet velocity goes up tremendously. And even though the effective and minimum go down a little bit, it's only 1%, which is something you're not going to notice. So this build right here is why I have it titled as Bang. The Striker is the overall best SMG in the game. You can use it in every single situation, short, medium, and long range. Throw on the quartermaster suppressor, stay off the minimap, gun kick control, and recoil control at the cost of aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed. Not really a big deal. Striker recon long barrel for bullet velocity and range and aiming out of sway at the cost of hip fire and tack stance spread, sprint to fire speed, and aim walking speed. You get an 18% effective and minimum damage range increase and 15% for bullet velocity, which is absolutely amazing. XRK Edge BW for hand stop for aim walking speed, movement speed, aim down sight speed, and sprint to fire speed at the cost of aim walking steadiness and hip fire and tack stance spread. The mobility and handling increases are so substantial, and the ADS movement speed, aka the strafe, is just ridiculous. You definitely want to have this on there. 48 round mags for as many bullets as possible without too many penalties. With the 60 round drum, it's basically double the 48 round mag, and this is not a fast fire rate. So you might as well have the 48 and not suffer the cons of the 60. Lockman Recon Series stock for gun kick control, aiming out of sway, and recoil control at the cost of hip fire attack stance spread, sprint to fire speed, aim walking speed, and movement speed. This is ridiculous with 25% recoil gun kick reduction, 5% for vertical and horizontal recoil, and although the mobility and handling goes down, I don't think it's that important. When you look at how amazing and incredible this thing is at literally every single range, you realize why I say this thing is unmatched. It's perfect at every single range. Like, the amazing TTK, just so powerful that I can't think of a better SMG for every situation. In fact, this is probably the best sniper support or even shotgun support or whatever type of weapon you need a compensation for medium and long range or even short range. Honestly, this thing is just so broken in every single way. If you're not much of a fan of the slow firing DTIR, then this STG is for you. Go on the quartermaster suppressor, stay off the minimap, help with gun control and recoil control. Heinrichter C70 longbow for bullet velocity and range and aiming out of sway. 28% for effective and minimum damage range going up, and then 21% for bullet velocity, which is incredible. It actually has more range and bullet velocity than the DTIR. 50 round drum for as many bullets as possible. Choreo Eagle's Eye 2.5 times in my preference. I see a lot of people using the Jack Class's optic, but I like the Choreo Eagle's Eye. DR79 combo stock for gun kick control, recoil control, and firing aim stability at the cost of sprint to fire speed, aim down sight speed, and hip fire spread, which does not matter. You see a 21% recoil gun kick buff, 11% for horizontal and vertical recoil, and you get a little bit of attack stance spread increase, but I don't really think that part matters too much. This thing is just so easy to use, fires incredibly fast, and I feel like it's honestly just as strong as before it was nerfed. It really does get the job done again, so I feel like they just secretly buffed it again. This build is so perfect. You guys have to give it a try for yourselves to see what I mean. The Bow 27 recently got buffed, and I'll be honest with you, I have two versions for you guys that I think you'll absolutely love. So start out with the quartermaster suppressor, stay off the minimap, help with gun kick control and recoil control at the cost of aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed. Crown H3 barrel for bullet velocity and range, aim walking speed, aiming out of way and movement speed at the cost of hip fire and attack stance spread and sprint to fire speed, which we do not care about. You get 20% increase of effective and minimum damage range, and then 11% for bullet velocity, along with some mobility increases, which is pretty nice. Bruin heavy support grip for gun kick control, aiming out of way, horizontal recoil, and firing aim stability plus aim down sight speed and vertical recoil. This is pretty nice with 10% for recoil gun kick and then 8% for horizontal. You get a slight reduction in vertical, but that's okay. 60 round mag for as many bullets as possible. Ardent tac stock for gun kick control, firing aim stability and recoil control at the cost of sprint to fire speed, hip fire and attack stance spread, sprint speed, and tactical sprint speed. Now, 29% for recoil gun kick, 7% for horizontal and vertical recoil, which is incredible. When you go into the firing range, you see this thing literally does not move. It's an actual laser that just goes faster and faster as time goes on. But if you're not really a fan of this, all you guys have to do is actually take off the Bruin heavy support grip. If you guys want an optic, you can throw on the Jack Class's optic. And in my opinion, it's not really that much different. And honestly, for some people, this might actually be better. As you guys see, like it responds basically the same. So if you guys like this version better, make sure you make this class setup. If you like the optic, well, without optic, iron sight, and use that one. There is one more build I wanted to show you guys, and although this is going to be a little confusing, make sure you guys go over to the launchers. This is only possible in the secondary, not in the primary or the secondary. Make sure you go to the launchers, and then once you go to the launchers, Storm Ender, and put on the conversion kit for the Storm Ender. This is the week 4 challenge. And believe me when I say this is the best choice possible, because the Jack Volt Storm is an unlimited ammo electric shotgun. This thing right here, I can't really show you guys in the firing range because the targets are too far away. But I just want you to look at what happens to the wall. Hold on. So you see what happens to the wall? You see how the wall is charred to smithereens? That's what happens to the enemies. When you're up close and personal, this thing literally one-shots the enemies. It's an electric shotgun with unlimited ammo. This is not a joke. You don't run out of ammo. So please try this out. I think you'll absolutely love it. Also, to anybody who's made it this far, I'm live on Twitch. I would definitely appreciate you guys come through. And if I'm not live, I would appreciate a follow because I try to have fun with you guys, sub games and all that stuff. And I would definitely appreciate you guys making it.